Hello friends and welcome to Unacademy UPSC Current Affairs, and today under the current Polity of the Day series I'll be taking up the budget session. This is the topic of discussion for today and I'm myself Joicy Joy who will be presenting this series for you. So welcome to Unacademy, welcome to Unacademy UPSC Current Affairs. Let's get started. And a little bit about the courses that we provide on Unacademy. So this is the combo courses that we provide. The combo courses means your GS plus your optionals. So this is the combo course. So GS plus optionals and GS, you have two options. One is either the plus subscription or you can go for the iconic subscription. So these are the options that you have. And and this is the fee structure. If you are going for an iconic subscription and your optionals, then the 12 months fee would be 88,705. For 24 months it shall be 1,31,510 and for 36 months it shall be 1,67,220. Now if you are going for a plus subscription and the optionals, the 12-month subscription would be 70,103. 24 months it shall be 99,680 and 36 months 1,21,200. You can use my code. This is my referral code Joicy10. You can use my referral code and you will get a instant 10% discount. So you will be getting a 10% instant discount. This is regarding the iconic price hike. So iconic subscription, the prices are soon to increase. So you can get your subscription at the earliest. And these are the features of your iconic subscription. You will be able to connect with your personal coach who will be your mentor throughout your preparation. You will get access to mains test series along with its evaluation. You will be getting a customized study planner. You will be able to attend the study booster sessions, high intensity workshops, daily answer writing practice and also daily content. If you are subscribing for either the plus courses or the iconic courses or even the combo courses, you can use my code. This is my referral code. You will get an extra 10% discount. Now coming to the current affairs. So current affairs, the Cabinet Committee on Parliament Affairs. So Cabinet Committee on Parliamentary Affairs on Tuesday had recommended that the budget session of the Parliament will be held from Jan 29th. So this was in the news that from Jan 29th, that is the end of this month onwards, the Parliament will conduct the budget session or the Parliament will meet for its budget session. CCPA, that is the Cabinet Committee on Parliamentary Affairs, has recommended that the first part of budget session will be from Jan 29 to February 15. Second part will be from March 8 to April 8. So the budget session will be conducted in two sessions. It will be held in two sessions. President Kovind will be addressing the joint sitting of both houses of the Parliament on 29th of Jan. So the President has to address the first session of the Parliament. Now all COVID related protocols will be followed during the session. That is the use of masks, sanitizers. The protocols will be strictly followed during the session. Now, this is just the current affair for your understanding. Most importantly, we have to understand the concept, and based on this, we have to discuss about the sessions of the Parliament, especially the budget session of the Parliament. So, coming to the different sessions of Parliament. The period during which a house meets almost every day uninterruptedly during the in order to manage the business, this is called the session of a Parliament. So what is called a session? Session of a Parliament means a particular period in which a house meets. House can be both the Rajya Sabha and the Lok Sabha. These are the houses of the Parliament, upper house and lower house. Upper house is Rajya Sabha and the lower house is Lok Sabha. Okay, so the period during which a house of the Parliament meets almost every day uninterruptedly in order to manage the business of the house. This is called a session. So this is the definition that you can give for a session. Now there are basically 3 sessions in a year and each session will contain many meetings. Okay, there are 3 sessions and each session will have different meetings. Now, who will summon the parliament? So, summoning of the parliament, it is the process of calling all the members of the parliament to meet. So, the process of calling all the members of the parliament, that is all the MPs, in order to meet is called the summoning of parliament, and it is the president who will summon the parliament. So, the president will summon the parliament. So, these are the 3 sessions that we have in India, in Indian Parliament. One is the budget session, which will be held from February to May, monsoon session from July to September, and the winter session November to December. So these are the 3 sessions we have in India, 3 sessions of the Parliament. Now, the gap between 2 sessions. So this gap between 2 sessions of the Parliament is called the recess of the Parliament. Gap between 2 sessions of the Parliament is the recess of the Parliament, and it cannot exceed 6 months. So, recess of the Parliament cannot be more than 6 months. That means in a year there are 12 months. So, the recess cannot be for more than 6 months. Which means the Parliament has to meet at least 2 times in a year. So, at least 2 times the Parliament has to meet compulsorily. Now, what is meant by adjournment? Adjournment means it terminates the sitting of a house. So, termination of a sitting of a house is called adjournment. Prorogation means it's an end to the session. The session will end. So, adjournment, prorogation. Prorogation means the end to the session of a house. Adjournment is terminating a sitting of the house. Now, coming to the budget session of the Parliament. Budget session of the Parliament, it's a highly crucial session because the budget will be presented in the Parliament during the budget session. That is why it's very crucial. So, budget is presented during this session. It is held in February to May. So, the budget session is usually held between February to May, and finance minister, that is the union finance minister, presents the budget. Then the members of the Parliament, the MPs, they will discuss the various provisions of the budget and matters regarding taxation. So, budget, various provisions of the budget and various matters relating to the taxation will be taken up by the MPs, by the members of the Parliament. Usually, the budget session, it's split into 2 periods. So, the budget session does not go usually in one go, but in 2 periods. That is, there will be a gap of 1 month between them, as we have seen in the latest case. So, there is 2 sessions. The budget session will be held in 2 periods or conducted as 2 splits. So, there will be usually a gap of 1 month. And this session every year starts with the President's address to both the houses. That is why the President will jointly address both the houses of the Parliament. The President will jointly address both the houses of the Parliament. And the session has a recess which makes parliamentary committees. Why there is a recess between the budget session, 2 sessions of the budget session of the Parliament? This recess will help the parliamentary committees to discuss on budgetary proposal. So, in the first session, the budget proposals will be made, and during the recess, the parliamentary committees, various committees of the Parliament will discuss on the budget proposals. The proposals given by the finance minister will be taken up, and during the second budget session, the discussions will be put before the House, and deliberations and discussions will take place on the budget proposals. We also have the monsoon session and the winter session of the Parliament. So, monsoon session, the matters of public interest are to be discussed, and winter session, it's a session of all sessions and discusses the matters that could not be considered upon earlier and makes up for the absence of legislative business during the second session of the Parliament. So during the monsoon session, all the matters which are of public interest will be discussed. Basically, Parliament is the legislature. Parliament is the legislature. So what does it mean? Legislature means the law making body. So Parliament is responsible for making the laws for the country. So Parliament will make laws for the country. So the Parliament will meet in order to present the bill, and the draft bill will become an act once the Parliament passes it and the President gives his assent to the bill. So that is why the Parliament is very important, because it's a law making body. Now Article 108 provides for joint sitting of the Parliament to resolve a deadlock between two houses. Suppose there are two houses of Parliament, Lok Sabha and Rajya Sabha. Suppose there is a deadlock in case of a bill, then in order to resolve this deadlock, the Constitution itself provides for a joint sitting of the Parliament. So Article 108 of the Constitution provides for a joint sitting of the houses of the Parliament in order to resolve a deadlock between the two houses on a particular bill. Now this is regarding Cabinet Committee on Parliamentary Affairs. There are 8 cabinet committees. If you remember, last day we have discussed about Cabinet Committee on Economic Affairs. So this is Cabinet Committee on Parliamentary Affairs. There are 8 cabinet committees, and Cabinet Committee on Parliamentary Affairs is chaired by Union Home Minister. Parliamentary Committee on Economic Affairs is chaired by the Prime Minister. We have discussed that in the latest last class. So Cabinet Committee on Parliamentary Affairs is chaired by Union Home Minister. The cabinet committees, what are they? They are extra constitutional bodies. This is very important. They are extra constitutional bodies and they are not mentioned in the Constitution. No mention in the Constitution. So parliamentary committee, the cabinet committees are not mentioned in the Constitution. So parliamentary committees are extra constitutional in nature. Now the committees look after the progress of government business in the Parliament. So the purpose is to look after the government business in the Parliament, and most importantly the cabinet committees, they are formed by the members of the cabinet. So members of the cabinet means that the cabinet ministers, those ministers who handle the highest portfolios, like for example Prime Minister, Home Minister, Defence Minister, External Affairs Minister, Finance Minister. So those ministers who handle the highest portfolios, they are the members of the cabinet, and the members of the cabinet themselves form the cabinet committees, and therefore we can say that it is the highest decision making body of the government. So they are the highest decision making body of the government. They look after the progress of government business in the Parliament. And there are 2 new committees. One is Cabinet Committee on Investment and Growth and Cabinet Committee on Employment and Skill Development. These 2 committees are very, very important. You should be very well aware about these 2 committees, because these are 2 new committees: Cabinet Committee on Investment and Growth and Cabinet Committee on Employment and Skill Development. So these 2 new committees are also to be understood, and it should be in your mind. Okay, Investment and Growth and Employment and Skill Development. So that is all for today. I hope to meet you all tomorrow. Today I am not taking special classes as well, but tomorrow onwards I will resume. So tomorrow I will meet you again. Take care and stay blessed. Bye-bye.